We're continuing.
But the thing is that that's the way they are. They're both not so smart. He's not smart in Gemara, and he's not so smart in how to relate to people. The other one. So what could they do according to the way their brain is? But by me, it wouldn't happen such a screaming. Now, this is from this joke. You see this idea. He sees somebody saying to him, so why don't you understand that maybe he's a El Chayid, he's a tzaddik, and maybe he's not a tzaddik, but he's a tzaddik type, and that's his derech, he says to him after davening. So what are you? So no, he can't understand such a thing. He says, "Oi, the lita, look how much chazer he must have eaten." I mean, since by me, so I'm saying to him as a tikkun reading chazer must be everybody's like that, and that's what this joke is coming to say. But you see from here, Taka, this idea that a person gets wrapped up in himself and he can't see anything else other than his own way of looking at things. Now, there was another joke I saw in this book, and this is and I think if you start thinking about what can you learn from it, or what is it coming to laugh at? What is it coming to make fun of what bad midah? There's like a more called leitza nusas here. Labarmi leitza nusa d'avodah zarah. And avodah zarah doesn't just mean avodah zarah, means bad midas, bad anhugas is all called yetzer hara. Now, where is it coming? Which yetzer hara, which avodah zarah is this joke coming to break? So the joke I said before, it's coming to break this yetzer hara of being wrapped up in yourself. Now, and I think there's a lot of jokes that you find that go along this line. And another one, what I'll say, was from this book, Jewish Folklore, that was printed in 1948, the first time. So the joke goes like this: that somebody was dying, and his wife said, "Oh, you didn't write a tzavo, what's gonna be?" So she said, "So say now what you're gonna give out your money." So he said, "Okay, so the house I'm giving to this one." So I said, "Why are you giving to this one? Why not that one also needs it?" So he said, "Okay, so it'll go to that one." Then he said, "Now my bank account, my money that's in the bank will go to this one." So she says, "Why to this one? Why not to that one?" So I said, "Okay, let it go for that one." Then afterwards he says, "And my car should go to this one." So again she starts arguing with him. So he says to her, "Who's dying over here, me or you?" So it's the same kind of idea, I would say, but in a little bit different. That look what he's saying over here. This person, he's holding by dying. So who cares? So let her do whatever she wants with all the money. Who cares? No, he needs a nitzon. He's so shokwe, and that's you think it's that particular person. It's all of us. We're all like that. If a person doesn't work on himself when he's young, so later on when he gets older, he can show all kinds of childishness, all kinds of catness, and all kinds of stubbornness on things that are not important. Just say to the wife, "I'm dying, I'm leaving this world, I'm soon going to be in enemy Ziva Shechina, we hope. So what do I care about my money? Yeah, God, I trust you. Give it out however you want." No, I need a nitzach in these last minutes. So he says to her, "Who's dying over here, me or you?" Kill him. The misa is a kli in his hand to have a nitzachon over her. Like I have this chus to make a tzavor I'm dying. But it's a stira minei way. If you're dying, so your head should be in a different place. You should be thinking about higher things. No, he's going to use that achona for leaving this world. He's going to use it to have a nitzachon over her. Again, you see how people, and it's another way of showing how a person is so wrapped up in himself. Adzi bula basrais, the Gemara would call such a thing, till the last minute. And here there's another joke I have in this book. They said there was a funeral of the richest man in town. There were many mourners were going then to Levi. There was one poor man, and you saw him, he was mourning and crying. So they asked him, are you a close relation of the deceased? So he said, I'm no relation at all. So they asked him, so why are you weeping? So he says, that's why. Because I'm not a relation, I'm weeping. You hear what's going on over here? Everybody's crying that somebody died. And he's also crying. You can think that he's crying that the Nachas Ruach and the Shamayim is missing. Like the Gemara says in Megillah, that there was somebody, they said at his Levaya, Vai de Chasra Aradi Yisrael Gavra Rabba. That he was a man that he was Nu Kola Terakula. And so by the Levaya, they said, Oy Vai, Eretz Yisrael is missing a Gavra Rabba. Good. Okay. But over here, what's he crying? Are you a relation? No, I'm crying because I'm not a relation. Again, look how a person is wrapped up in himself, in his own world. I say the muscle, I always tell my sons really, as I tell them, when you go to a chasna, and people go, it's like there was once a Yid, Yankel Lashinsky, so he said, what's social life? I mean, it's actually, who says there is such a thing as social life? You sit in your Dalit Amas and you sit and learn what you need, what's social life. But we Bavon Hussein or Rabbim were influenced from the Geisha world. So he said, social life is that you go to Chasnas. So it's as I always tell my sons really, as you go to Chasnas, you're standing by the chuppah, you see people talk. People are standing and talking, and in fact, sometimes you see big Talmidei Chachamim talking and learning. I would say it's not the place. You should be quiet. I'm not saying halach. I'm saying what I feel. You have to. You're standing at such a time of a chuppah. You should think a house is being built in Klal Yisrael. A new bais, Klal Yisrael is becoming richer with a new bais, a new place for the Shekhinah to come. New children are going to come into the world through this. Children, there's going to be more hevel. PM Shaltinokus Shalbeis Rabban is going to come out from this chasna. What a nachas ruach this is making in the Shamayim, that a new bais is being built. Think about it more over and over and over again. Meditate on this idea. What do you have to stand and talk? You don't know. Other times you'll stand and talk. What do you have to make social life out of it? If you're here, so be here, like Reb Tzimei always says. It says by the end of Parshas Mishpatim that by Moshe Rabbeinu, Hashem said, Alei Elai Ahora ve'yesham ve'edna l'chas luchos ha'evan v'atar v'amitzvah. So he says, B'Shem the Kuzmir, that he said, Alei Elai Ahora, Hashem Moshe Rabbeinu come up the mountain. V'hayei shom, and be there, be what they call nowadays in English, it's called be focused. Be focused on your being there. Then don't think that when you're coming up there, Sinai, don't be thinking, where am I coming from? They're waiting for me there. Should I rush to get down? Don't think about where you came from. Just be here on Har Sinai. Be here with you. Your whole concentration, your whole being should be here. And the same thing we should also learn from that. You're at a chasna, so be there. Be at the chasna. Now, this is also connected, what I'm saying now, it's also connected to this idea of not being wrapped up in yourself. You went to somebody else's simcha, so join in your machshava, feel, think. You don't have to feel, but at least think, what am I doing now? I'm being mishtatev in the other person's simcha. Also, stop and think, Baruch Hashem, he found a shidduch for his daughter. We have a friend, Avram Mordechai. He made a chasna. Baruch Hashem, he was worried, how's he gonna find? Baruch Hashem, I'm so happy that he finally found a shidduch for his daughter and he married her off. He doesn't know that you're happy. And also, you don't really feel it. You're just thinking this. Doesn't matter, but that's a ishtatfus in the other person's simcha. And that's chesed. Being joining in with the other person, that's chesed. And I think you go to a chasna and you think these machshavas, you create a positive atmosphere in the whole place because there'll be a simcha on your face, or a pleasantness, you could call it, on your face when you're being there by the chasna, and without that, it won't be like that. So that's called being mishtatev in the other person's simcha. To do in the effort to get there, it's all part of it. So ishtatfus in the other person's simcha, and it takes you out of yourself, and it makes the person more spiritual. And that you see from these jokes that I just told, that he said he's crying, man, Levi. I asked him, are you a relative? He said, no. So why are you crying? That's why. I mean, his whole shaykhus to the thing is, what could I get out of it? If I would have been a relative of the mass, I could have got something out of it, and now I'm not, I can't. Again, a joke comes to show how ridiculous a person can be. How ridiculous a person can be. And we say it over as if it's a made-up story. It never happened to any of us. But we'll stop and we'll think. That we'll think of all kinds of jokes.
Hello, Rabbi Kaplan.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's what these jokes teach us. And there was another thing that I was thinking over here, that there was somebody that he came to Rothschild he used to go, he came and he banged on the door, banged, and they didn't answer him. So Rothschild, finally he sent his what's he called, the man that works in the house, and he sent him to the door, and he said, okay, let him in. So he let him in, and Rothschild gave him a certain amount. So he said, so Rothschild said to him, if you wouldn't have banged and made so much noise, I would have given you double. So the man said to Rothschild, I'm not going to give you eights in banking, and you don't give me eights in snoring.
Rabbi Kaplan, we're taking another break now. Thank you.